Why do we still have the issues that we have?
Man, if you're going to break the law, you need to learn it.
Drop the mic.
You're welcome, Mayor Williams.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I can't wait to see the show.
Hey guys, welcome to According to Michelle with Michelle Taylor Willis. And my next guest is somebody that a lot of you have probably heard of, and I'm super excited to have him on set. When I said, how do you want me to introduce you? He said, just make it fun. So, are you ready for this? I hope I do a good job.
Let's go.
He is the master, the only, the reigning, the incredible, the fantastic, the pastor, the creator, the motivator, the every other thing you can come up with. How's that?
That's amazing.
Marquis Boone.
You made me sound good.
I did make you sound good, but it's not hard when you're amazing.
Mama, I made it to the Michelle show.
You're welcome. How are you?
I'm good, man. Glad to be here with you tonight.
I'm glad that you are here.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
And you're beautiful. Your teeth are amazing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and we're back. Thank you. I did not tell him to say that. He said that all on his own.
You can give me the check afterwards.
Okay, great.
And then next thing I know, it became this world of entertainment.
Wow.
And I took...
God keeps just showing up for you.
It was crazy. Like, I never would have, I didn't go to school for this. I wouldn't have said, yo, this is what I want to do. It became like this just happenstance type of thing. And I had a best friend at the time, and her dad, she's an amazing singer. Her dad was like, hey, we're going to give you some money so you can do your own project. And after my friend produced her album, she was like, I want you to manage me. I was like, I don't know nothing about managing. I said, I do spiritual advisement. I mean, at the time, we were doing things with like SWV, Justin Bieber, stuff like that.
And you were spiritually advising them.
Spiritual advising.
So let me back up. I don't mean to cut you off.
You're fine.
So we can assume what that means, right? But what does that actually look like?
So it's pretty much, it's like, when these artists become so big and they become so world-renowned, they feel like they can't go to public places. So it's almost like you become their pastor on the road. You become their pastor at their home. You become that person they can call and ask for prayer or information.
Right, because they can't just pop up at church, right? I never thought that must be tough, right?
Yeah, I mean, and our church became my church became the epicenter for entertainers. Like, 702, Mila from 702, Leanne from SWV, Justin Bieber. Like, these were all people who came out church and worship, and it became that type of movement. And, I'm very liberal, so I'm not that fire and brimstone type of preacher. It was like, yo, if that's what you call to do, kill it in that game, and that's what got me into this world. And so she recorded her album and asked me to manage her, and my first artist, her name was Tasha Cobbs.
Yeah.
And I managed her, man. Our first album, man, we got a Grammy, we got a Billboard, we got 3 Stellars, 3 Doves. It was just like, it introduced me to this new world. And then from there, I started to discover more talent by way of YouTube.
Hey guys, welcome to According to Michelle with Michelle Taylor Willis. My next guest is someone I've been very excited about to have in the studio because I feel like she's gonna be able to tell me all the things I need to get right with myself. And she'll be able to look at me, be like a genie and be like, boom, you could do that, right? There you go, 2-finger magic. She's a nationally known, internationally as a fact, recognized cosmetic surgeon, and she is all things wonderful, guys. Please welcome to the According to Michelle show, Dr. Angelina. How are you?
I am great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's so funny. So when my production team was telling me who you were production meetings, and they're like, yeah, she's a great surgeon. She founded Surgery Care Arts. And I was like, wait a minute. Angelina? I know her. And they're like, you know her? I'm like, yeah, just like had drinks with her a few months. I'm like, of course
your birthday.
I know, I just celebrated my birthday with her. So I was like, yeah, you're coming on my show. We never knew this was gonna, if we had seen this in the cards, right?
I don't know why we couldn't set it up ourselves,
We
right?
should
While
have
we were
been.
drinking.
I know, right?
Best things happens when you drink.
And this was the best thing that did not happen. So kudos to my team though for being so much better than I am.
And my team was like, we'll send you up for Michelle show. I'm like, Michelle? I'm like, wait, Michelle? Like this Michelle?
They're like, here's what she looks like. You're like, oh yeah, that's her.
That Michelle.
That's her. But I'm glad to have you, and it makes sense, right? Because clearly, I mean, you have made a name for yourself as somebody who is known as like the cosmetic surgeon, right? Everybody wants to lay on your table, including me.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not
That's
a fan
special.
of, you know, elective surgery, but I feel like you could do some things around here. Tighten some things up, maybe. That's what you
We
do,
have
right?
to do a little consultation and
Just
see,
a little consultation.
and see what can be
You'll be like,
tightened
oh my
up.
God, put those clothes back on, girl. I look so much better with clothes on than I do with
I
clothes
tell
on.
my patients sometimes put it back on and go away because you don't need anything. You look fine the way you are.
You do?
I do.
You send people, I mean,
I send people home.
so, I mean, because I guess people, I mean, I've heard people get kind of like obsessed with,
Yes.
they really do.
You really have to know and go to the place where they guide you, because you see a lot of stuff on the internet, and it doesn't mean you have to do all of this.
Right.
And you have to do it in the right order. So I do send people home.
Really?
I do.
Do you ever stop them too, like after they get a couple?
Yes.
Are you like,
I
I'm
slow
not
them down.
doing? Really?
Yes.
I think it's great for people
part
to
of the
hear.
job.
Yeah, but I think it's great for people to hear that, because I think people get this idea, and we see people, right, that clearly it's like, why didn't the doctor just stop?
That's one of the jobs as a surgeon we have to do. We have to screen patients to make sure we don't get a patient who's trying to get something that's not natural or unattainable, or it becomes an addiction. that
And
you
it's
keep coming
there's
back.
a mental component too.
Correct.
Right? There.
So all surgeons should be assessing patients for that as we're talking to them.
Right. Okay.
So.
Hang tight. I want to dive a little bit more into that when we come back. Guys, we'll be right back with more Dr. Angelina and According to Michelle.
This is my waiting area for the Surgery Care Arts Department, which is on the second floor in Loganville location. We can follow us right over there. So, my favorite space. When we have events, we do it here. Then, when you first come in, you will do a consultation. So you'll go to consultation room with me. I think most patients love this room because they love to take selfies here. This is where I would meet you. You would sit on the couch, I would sit over here. We discuss all your issues, look in the mirror together. We try out some of the, you know, this is my boob box, boobs. So try them out, see what fits, see what works for you, and then go from there.
All right, guys, it's been another great episode of According to Michelle. And as always, we bring you some of the most magnificent people who have really figured out what their passions are. They found a way to monetize it. They've surrounded themselves with people who are smarter than them that can help them realize that passion. And I promise you can absolutely do the same thing. We prove it literally here every week. My platform is your platform, right? And it's our job to make sure that you guys can see the best and the brightest, but also that you can see that you are absolutely the best and the brightest too. We're here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. on the VTV network, and I am at Michelle Taylor Willis on just about everything. So until next time.